Okay, let's unpack this. We've got quite a stack of sources you've shared. They cover, well, orientation week, life in the dorms, student clubs, even a new campus cafe getting some buzz. And the real goal here, our mission for this deep dive, is to look at these and figure out, what are the key things? What makes campus life feel vibrant? How do students actually connect and, well, drive?
It's interesting, isn't it? Because some of this is clearly very intentional. Take Orientation Week. The sources really highlight that. It's specifically structured, designed even, to kickstart those connections right away. And the reports, they definitely frame it as a success. They talk about scavenger hunts, outdoor movie nights.
Yeah, and trivia, those kinds of things, icebreakers.
Exactly. Things designed to get people talking.
And it seems like it worked. I mean, the sources mentioned specific students, like Sarah Chen, a first year. She said she was pretty nervous at first, but then found the icebreakers so much fun and met so many great people really quickly.
Right. So it suggests it's more than just, keeping people busy.
It sounds like it genuinely built some early community feeling. That campus-wide carnival they mentioned at the end. Seems like a good culmination.
I think the sources point to the shared experience, In a low-pressure setting, it just helps break down initial barriers, which naturally leads to the next question the reports tackle. Where do these connections go from there? How do they deepen after that first week?
Okay, yeah. Where else does that happen?
Well, the sources point really heavily towards the residence halls, the dorms. It's pretty clear they see them as much more than just places to sleep. They're described consistently as, buzzing social hubs.
Oh, absolutely. I saw that in the Daily Scholar piece especially. It talked about how fast bonds form over shared meals, late-night chats in the common room.
Even study sessions.
Yeah, study sessions, they just kind of happen because you're all there together. They quoted that student, Mark Davies, said he clicked with his roommate instantly, explored campus together. It's that closeness, right?
It's the proximity, sort of forces interaction, but in a good way, an organic way, which is maybe harder to find elsewhere on campus sometimes. So moving beyond where students live, the sources also spotlight the annual club fair, another key place for finding your people.
Right, connecting through shared interests this time.
Exactly. And the reports mentioned really enthusiastic crowds, people exploring everything from robotics club to outdoor pursuits, a huge range.
And this is where it gets quite interesting, I think, because it's not just about finding existing friends, it's about discovery, too. Like that student, Emily Rodriguez, she apparently stumbled onto fencing.
Yeah, she'd never even considered it, apparently. Saw a demo and just got hooked.
Which highlights that the university seems focused on, well, the whole person, right? Offering chances to find hobbies, passions, and friends outside of lectures.
That exploration piece is vital. And then finally, there's something maybe simpler the sources mention. A new campus cafe, The Grind, in the student union. It apparently became a big deal, fast.
Yes. The Quad Post called it an instant student hotspot. Someone even said best coffee ever, apparently. But it's more than the coffee, isn't it? The sources suggest.
Oh, definitely. They quote an economics student, Alex Kim, who called it the perfect spot to recharge and catch up. He praised the coffee, sure, but also the pastries, the whole vibe.
So what is it about a simple cafe? Why does it become so central?
The sources point to the atmosphere. Cozy, comfortable seating, just a general buzz. It's a welcoming third space, not class, not your dorm room, somewhere low-key to gather, study, or just be. And it sounds like it quickly became part of people's routines, which shows that these simple spots, they really add to well-being and connection.
So if we put this all together, what's the picture these sources paint? It seems like a positive university experience comes from, well, a mix of things. You need structured events like orientation to start things off.
The intentional part.
Right. Then the ongoing organic community you get from living together in residences. Plus options like the club fair to explore interests and find niche groups.
And even those simple everyday places like a good cafe.
Exactly. It's about providing lots of different types of opportunities for connection, for shared experiences, for self-discovery.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, the sources really seem to be saying that all this non-academic stuff, the social fabric, the informal spaces, the exploration, it's incredibly influential, maybe even foundational for helping students feel like they belong, build relationships, and really, truly flourish.
So for you listening, thinking about these sources and what they show, maybe here's a final thought to chew on. How much of the real deep learning that happens in university actually takes place outside the lecture hall? In all these moments of connection and discovery the reports describe, something to think about.